We want Jameis to succeed with 1 more year in baseball, 2 more years in football. We've never strayed from our plan that he's going to be in college until he gets that degree. Interesting. All right, Stephen A., you buying this?
No. I mean, I think that as soon as he can get to the pro level, he'll go. I don't think that no matter how much that smile may indicate otherwise, no matter how much he appears to be enjoying school, I think that because of how the NCAA scrutinizes everything that you do and the level of accountability attached to the quote-unquote student-athlete, I don't think being a marquee student-athlete destined for a big payday in the pros is attractive enough to these guys for them to want to stay in school. Not to mention the fact that football being as violent as it is, the potential for injury is there. I don't see that happening. I respect the father saying it, however, because what he's doing ultimately is reminding the world that his household is about the importance of education. His household is about the importance of the proper upbringing, structure, etc. And that indeed there may still be some things his son needs to learn, so he's going to encourage him to stay in school. But at the same time, ultimately, you usually end up seeing these situations materialize into an athlete going pro, but promising their parents in the offseason they're going to go back to school to get their degree.
I'm with you. I greatly admire the father's stance that the goal all along is to get that degree. Now, what's the reality of the situation? Number one, this is just me, and I'm going to go with what our Keith Law says, and I have great respect for Keith as he analyzes baseball and baseball prospects. He ranks Jameis as more of a third-round baseball prospect. To me, if I were Jameis, I would sooner than later give up baseball and concentrate fully on football. Obviously, all the analysts think Jameis would be the first pick in the NFL draft. To me, that's where his future lies, and as difficult as this can get, it's still not impossible to leave after the 3 years when you can leave to go play football and be the first pick in the draft, and to finish getting your degree. It takes dedication, it takes discipline, but it is doable. I believe Stephen A. Smith would go do it. He would just say, I will figure this out, I will get back there, I will bust my hump, and I'm going to get this degree. Maybe it'll take me a couple of years to do this, a couple of off seasons more beyond my 3 years at Florida State. But it is doable, and they will give you a free ride. They will still give you the rest of your free tuition. So that's what I would do if I were Jameis. Stop the baseball. Well, it just distracts you.
Listen, let me tell you something right now. Well, it depends on which sport he wants to play most. Whether it's baseball or basketball, whatever sport he wants to play most is the sport that he should dedicate himself to. I think that football, there's a quicker reward, and that can't be ignored. So obviously that factors into the equation. But ultimately what it comes down to, Skip, is that, you know what, you're absolutely right. You go back to school, you bust your hump, you get your education, you get your degree. A mind is a terrible thing to waste, and that piece of paper goes a long way in life. Even today, let's just call it what it is. But there's nothing that's stopping a professional athlete from going back to school to get their education. Because universities, the one thing they are good about, they will facilitate you ultimately getting that degree, especially if you're a marquee athlete, because they want your name attached to somebody who accomplished their degree at their institution. They want to call you an alumnus, and they definitely want to have their hands out with your phone number. You know, they want to call you to make contributions. So make no mistake about that. That's just the way it goes.